It was beautiful. That was the beautiful piece called Pending by María Huld Markan Sigfúsdóttir and performed by the incredible Nwanoku. So this is, I don't know where everybody is. Maria is in Iceland and Chichi is in London, I think. And soon they will join us. So the way we're doing the conversation, this marathon, different from other conversations, is we're trying to talk to the people afterwards, which means it's going to take them like a second to put down their instrument, get into the room, and get into the Zoom room and talk to us. So
yeah, and everybody, you know, we're basically covering all of the tech. As you know, we just connected with Uzbekistan and London and Iceland soon, and we're all over the world, all over the country, and we're basically just chatting it up. So if there's too much chat, go get a coffee. And here we have our guests, Chichi and Maria. Welcome.
Hi, Maria. What an amazing performance of a beautiful piece.
Beautiful piece, beautiful performance.
Thank you. Thanks very much. We weren't able to get my microphone working, so you heard the raw sound without any kind of amplification. So we managed to get it last week when we did the sound test, but today it just wouldn't work. But thank you, Maria, for this piece. It's really growing on me. Each time I go back to it, something else happens. I hope, was it vaguely or anywhere near what you had in mind?
Yeah, it is. It's interesting because it's like a nod to a piece that I did almost 10 years ago called Sleeping Pendulum, which is a solo piece for Baroque violin. And because I sometimes get really tired of working within the environment of the computer notation.
Yes.
So my idea was to kind of handwriting a piece, so there is like a more direct link from me as a composer to the one playing, because its stem can be brought out, or the spacing of it as well, because there's no bar lines. So yeah. It's more indicating the flow in the handwriting. So okay. That was the idea. So it's called Pending, kind of in the same way as Sleeping Pendulum. So it's also connecting with how everything is pending right now.
Yeah, we are in a state of constant pending at the moment. And, you know, actually, I think I went faster than I was expecting to go. That was because I was, you know, adrenaline. You know, it's, I mean, we should have had a little session beforehand, but it's very moving. I love those moments where it just rests on a single note.
Yeah,
just coming back and resting on a single note. And, you know, for somebody who's used to playing always strictly to be, you know, to be given, you know, nothing, you know, well, just to be given that freedom is quite intimidating in a way, you know, when you've been so strictly kind of boxed for the most of your life, you know. So it's really quite liberating, actually.
And Chichi, that's so beautiful to hear you say that, because that's part of what we were hoping, that there's be some sort of new experience that. You guys, I believe you didn't know each other before.
No, this is the first time we've met.
First time we met, different countries, you know, different, somewhat different musical worlds. Obviously, there must be some interlap in the diagram. But and what will happen, and will you get a new experience of this idea that you're saying of this kind of freer notation, and then Maria thinking about writing for you. So anyway, that's really exciting.
I think we linked you together because you both had the best names.
Oh, well, there's always a good reason for something. Great, thank you. Thanks so much. Well, Maria, I hope to hear some more of your music at some point, and to play more of your music. And I will look out for you now.
Thank you so much, Chichi and Maria. And Chichi, I don't know if you remember, we met with the Orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment when Peter Wieland did my bassoon concerto. We had
That's
a nice,
right.
yeah.
That's I remember you looked so familiar. I was talking about you just yesterday, and I realized it's the same person. But that was such a traumatic time for me. I don't know if you were aware, but
Well, we had a few conversations during
yeah,
that.
I don't play with them anymore. It was after 30 years of being othered and bullied, and it was just awful. That was one of the last things I did,
Well,
actually. And I was so touched because when you walked off the stage, you gave me your flowers.
that's right.
I'll never forget that. It wasn't a bass concerto; it was a bassoon concerto. So yeah, that was a very, very difficult time after 30 years with that orchestra that I founded. But my legacy now is the Chineke Orchestra that I'm running, and
Just
And we're
we
so
have,
fascinated by that and want to now learning all of the new work you're doing. We've been following it and
thank you.
want to, yeah, stay in touch about that and learn more about how you're moving forward. It's really
Yes,
exciting.
yeah. Well,
and the Chineke Orchestra is focused on classical musicians of color, or
yes, it's majority, and so I've got all the players from the LSO, LPO, Philharmonic. They're all banging on my door, wanting to play because they all want to demonstrate that they want to see change happening, and in their own orchestras, they're not seeing it, and so they come and play with us sometimes. It's majority black, but there's every other color under the sun and nationality. And same with the junior orchestra, and it's so refreshing. And I've commissioned 12 new works in 5 years by living black composers, and some of them have been played. Hannah Kendall, Daniel Cadane have been played over in America, and it's been a revelation. I'd never played a piece of music by a black composer before, I was never taught that Samuel Coleridge Taylor existed, and all these people, so it's been a huge learning curve for me as well as all of those people who need to know that classical music is for them as much as anybody else. And we've got some, we launched Sheku, for example. I was told that black people weren't any good at classical music, and along came Sheku when he was 16, and
Right.
and he's doing well, isn't he? And we've sort of proved that it's just not true. It's ridiculous.
well, we're hoping we're all back together in the same
I hope.
room sometime soon, making music together, and we hope to stay in touch with you and Maria in Iceland. And thank you so much for the new piece.
I have two things to say.
Yes.
Okay, Maria, you have a record that just came out of very beautiful choral music.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that people know about Icelandic music, I mean, it seems like every single person in Iceland is a composer.
Yeah.
And there's a wonderful record label, Sona Luminous, which has put out so many great recordings of Icelandic music, which is really incredible. So your record is very beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
I must look for that.
Thank you.
And the last thing I want to say is we would be remiss to not say that this piece was premiered by the Meier family in honor of Carl Meier, who was commissioned by, that's right, commissioned by the Meier family. So Carl Meier was someone who was a big music lover and came to Bang on a Can concerts and many others. And this was a way of them honoring his memory, was to commission this piece from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's great to see you all, and I just wish you all the best coming out of this mess, the pandemic.
Yeah.
And now that, good luck with your new president, and good luck.
It's all uphill. It's all uphill from here.
Yes.
And go further down, yeah, hopefully.
We're moving on. We've got a great interview that John Schaefer taped with Gabriel Kahane and our fantastic Bang on a Can All-Stars cellist Arlen Plusko. So let's go to that video. And we got 13 more premieres coming up today. And
I hope to see you another time. Thank you,
We
Michael.
hope so too.
Everybody else.
To both of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.